Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Uni wireless indoor-outdoor thermometer. This is good for anybody who needs to keep track of extreme temperature conditions in various locations. It comes with 3 sensors that can be read from about 330 feet away, and it's good for temperature ranges from minus 40 all the way up to 158 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to walk you through everything that can do. So right now I have the 3 sensors kind of spread out across my house. So right now I have one with me. Number one, you can see it's labeled. Number two, I put out in my freezer. And then number three, I have mounted outside on the side of my house in the backyard right now. So I'm going to walk you through the display and show you how to look at everything, how to mess with the settings and all of that good stuff. So I had those things spread out so we can just clearly see the differences across all the 3 sensors. And it is a little bit overwhelming when you first start looking at it. You see the screen here, it has all these different data points on it, but we'll walk through it. You get used to it after you look at it and study it for a few minutes. So basic function real quick. It's set right now for me to Fahrenheit. You can change that to Celsius if you want. It comes standard as Fahrenheit. Really easy. You just flip over and you can see the back buttons here. Hit that button and then it changes to Celsius, Fahrenheit. So you can switch back and forth easy there. And then you can also see when it's running off of batteries, the backlight display only stays on a few seconds, but then it turns off. All right, so we can have a look here now and see, you see these numbers on the side, numbers 1, 2, and 3. That's for each of the 3 sensors. Like I mentioned, I have number 1 with me. So where I'm at right now, recording, it's 68.7 degrees at 60% humidity. And then number 2 is my freezer, so that's 0 degrees right now, 38% humidity. And number 3 is 64 degrees. That's the one that's outside, and 78% humidity. It was just raining outside, so it makes sense that the humidity is so high. And then the other thing is that you have a 4th display here, and that's where this display unit is at. This display should match fairly closely to the number 1 since I have the sensor right here with me, but I'm holding this one, so that's likely why this one has a higher temperature. So one of the cool things that this thing can do is give you an alert if your temperature goes out of range of whatever your desired presets are. So you can see right now it says that it's 75 degrees. What you want to first look at to see is make sure that you have a solid signal here. And then if you see these arrows up or down, that tells you if you have your alert activated or deactivated. So if you see the arrows on, that means that it will give you an alert if you are outside of your parameters. If that's not on, that means you won't get an alert. So go ahead and turn that on just by pushing the alert button quickly, and then press and hold the alert button, and that cycles through to let you set your parameters. So right now it's showing that I'll get an alert, an alarm, if it goes higher than 90 degrees or if it goes lower than 75 degrees. So I'm going to push and change it so that 75 degrees just to make it go off. So I'm going to say, give me an alert if it's less than 80 degrees, and then get out of there. And you can see now it's going off because it's lower than 80 degrees in here. So if you want, you can set all 3 of your sensors so you get that notification. So, and it's for, above or below. If you get out of your range, it'll beep. Or if you don't want that as a function, just hit the button and turn that off. The other thing to point out to you that it does have a battery indicator on here, so it takes a bunch of batteries. So I had to scrounge to see what I could find in here. So apparently some of the batteries that I found weren't very good. So I got a notification here showing that I might need to change my battery soon. So then of course on here you have your outdoor temperature, you have your outdoor humidity, then your indoor temperature, your indoor humidity here. And then it has this memory button on the back here. So if you want to know the max temperature range in any of those locations, just push that memory button and you'll see it pops up and it shows max, and it shows it for a few seconds. You can push it again, it shows your min, and then you go back and it goes back to what it is right now. So it tracks that over the course of 24 hours. And then you see it has the faces on here to show your comfort level. So neutral, happy, sad. It just has faces on there to represent that. And then the other thing, if you want to look at just one at a time, it has this channel button. So you can hit it because having everything displayed on the screen can be overwhelming. So you can go and just hit this channel button and it will show you just one line at a time. So that's sensor 1 I can see. And then, push it down to sensor 2 and it will show me there. And then sensor 3, it'll show me there. And if you just leave it stagnant for a minute, it goes back and it displays everything all over again. So yeah, everybody, so that's pretty much it. The only downsides I could think of for this thing that are pretty minor are that you have to have batteries for your sensors. I do like that you can plug your main display screen in. So I like that you can plug that in. But the batteries on the sensors, I wish they were rechargeable. Not a big deal since you do have the display to at least let you know when you're going to have to start thinking about changing it. These are really cool units, guys, and I love that it has the displays for 3 locations plus the location of the display itself. So I'd say, yeah, it absolutely is good for homeowners, but I think the people that will get the most use out of this are people who need to monitor those extreme temperatures. So maybe as a homeowner, if you need to see the temperatures in your attic and monitor that, or you have a wine cellar, I think businesses really would get a good use out of this. Someone that has a warehouse or like data management in the warehouse, or you need to monitor freezers or pharmaceuticals, anything like that, where it's very critical to know exactly what your temperatures are and to get that notification if there are any major changes. I think that's who gets the most use out of this. Definitely a good unit. The price I think is really good. I bought hydrometers and thermostats that were the same price that don't do nearly the amount of stuff that this does. So yeah, definitely cool.